I'm making one of my boldest SEO predictions yet. I've been in the SEO industry for over 13 years, so I'm going out on a limb here. Anyone who creates AI generated content, you might experience short-term gains, but in the long run, it's not going to benefit your site or your company. In this video, you're going to see my conversation with one of the most trusted SEOs when it comes to Google penalties, and how my conversation with him helped lead me down a pathway to realize AI generated content is going to hurt your website. Also, there is an amazing software that I'm going to share with you that makes it very clear how Google's going to detect AI content versus original. Google's helpful content update. You'll want to keep this in mind. This is when Google looks for content that was created to appease search engines and not users. So when this major algorithm rolls out once or twice a year, websites can see a massive drop in keyword rankings if the content was not created to appease regular people and if it was created to manipulate search engines. So in my opinion, AI generated content, it is going to be negatively impacted by the helpful content update. And when you think about it, it makes sense. If 50 plumbers throughout the country are using ChatGPT to get content for their website on their sump pump page, that's not unique. It's not adding any value. So why would Google credit that AI content versus someone that's actually taking the time to share their expertise? With the AI craze, I always knew that unique content was going to win. But I had this good idea that if I took a YouTube video just like this, you can get a transcript from YouTube. And if I were to take the transcript from YouTube and put it into ChatGPT to spin out a blog based off of unique content from my video, I thought that the content was going to be unique and that I could churn out a lot of blogs based off of the YouTube transcription. Well, I wrote about 5 to 7 blogs, and I was actually ranking decently on Google for this, and I was very excited because I knew I was going to be able to create blogs at scale based off of what I thought was unique content. I put a halt on things and I reached out to Glenn Gabe, a trusted SEO expert. And I want to share this conversation with you so you could see what he said and how our conversation went when it came to this strategy. All right, so I shared one of the blogs that I wrote with the help of ChatGPT with Glenn, and this is what he said. He says, "This is what concerns me. I've gone through the post in some detail, and it reads a bit off." And what Glenn did was he shared this report from a software called Originality.AI, which I signed up for. I'll put a link in the YouTube description. But Originality.AI, it took that content based off of my YouTube transcription that ChatGPT wrote, and it spit back a score, a 54% originality score, but 46 of this was detected by AI. In my mind at this point was blown. I was like, holy crap, I thought this was unique. And Originality.AI was able to pick this up. And so anyway, our conversation goes on, but what Glenn said here, he goes, if you did this at scale, I would be very concerned. Again, Glenn Gabe is one of the top SEO experts when it comes to Google penalties in the world. So I was like, okay, better listen to Glenn. What else does he have to say? Since Google's systems are going to be more sophisticated than the tools out there. So what he's saying there is Originality.AI, it was picking up that my content was AI written, and Google's tools are going to be even better. So I responded back, wow, I only did 5 to 7 blog posts so far. I'm happy I didn't do more. And I said, very interesting. I was thinking since the content was being generated based off of what I was saying in the video, it wouldn't detect as AI written content. And he goes on to say that's not the case. And here at the end, the next Google update around unique content is going to be intense. That's what I said to Glenn. And he said, no problem. And yes, I think the next helpful content update, which I referenced earlier, that promotes and demotes, that could be huge. And that conversation just recaps all of my thoughts that everybody is going in one direction with AI, and they are just helping it churn out content. But the true winners are going to be the people that create original content. And Google's machine learning is so sophisticated that just like in Originality.AI, they are going to be able to detect whether or not something is written by AI, and it can demote, or if you have unique content, can promote your site. Let me dive in now a little bit more to Originality.AI. So here was the blog I was referencing, how to rank on Google for near me searches. You could either paste the URL or you could copy and paste all of the verbiage in. And it costs $20 to sign up, and you get a bunch of credits, and that should last you a little bit of time, but I think it's well worth it if you're into SEO. So I'm going to scan now, and you'll see it's loading. So let's wait here for a minute. Here you can see that Originality.AI was able to detect that this was 100% written by AI. This came from my YouTube transcription. I uploaded it into ChatGPT, which you saw earlier, and they were able to see that it was 100% written by AI. So my warning to everybody watching this video, you might be seeing some quick SEO wins right now by writing AI generated content. There's a helpful content update coming down the pipeline, and for those that write unique content, in my opinion, you will be the beneficiaries. You will see an uptick in ranking on Google. For those that write AI-generated content, it's going to be a short-term gain and a long-term loss, again, in my opinion. My name is Jason Parks. We'll see if this prediction holds true. I don't go out on a limb and make this many predictions, so time will tell. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions on SEO, on Google penalties, you can always contact me at themediacaptain.com.